Hey, bourbon brothers and sisters, Angry Mac here, and today I am going to talk about rock and roll, music, riding a boat. You look and say, hey, Angry Mac, you got two bottles on the table in front of you. What do you got? I got Conviction from North Carolina, little craft distiller, and I have the Ingram River Aged on the banks of the Mississippi. What do they have in common? This is 126.8 proof. This is a 98 proof. This is a rye. This is a bourbon. What do they have in common? I'll tell you what they have in common. What we're doing in these different distilleries are, I don't want to say aging, because you can't replace age when you're aging a whiskey or a rye. You can't. 1 year is a year, 2 years a year, 3 years are 3 years, 4 years are 4 years. These are just standard measurements of time. You can't make time go any faster. You can't make time go any slower. Believe me, I like to make it go slower and faster at certain different times. I do not have that capability. But what these distilleries are doing, and many other distilleries are doing, are trying new things. They're trying to create a greater age in less time by using loud music, extremely loud music, or by on the boat where the barrels are going up and down, So one, the loud music is supposed to be creating like the ripples and have more contact with the wood and have that whiskey or bourbon or rye, whatever's in that barrel, moving constantly, vibrating constantly, causing those molecules to move. Just a lot of movement, agitation, movement. The boat's the same. That those waves cause quite a bit of movement. And right now, if you see these waves, hit that subscribe button. It's free. Share, subscribe, like, help me out. I'm at 214 or 215 subscribers. Let's get me to 300. 300 is the next one. Let's get to 300. It's like those old, the Battle of 300 is what I'm going through now. Except I don't have the costume. I just got an Angry Mac shirt. So, as I was saying, I went to Southern, and my God, at times it sounded like heavy metal rock and roll. It sounded like 70s disco at times. It sounded like 80s alternative. But you know what? It was so loud in that Rick House. I mean, you heard it from the second we pulled up a half a mile away. Thankfully, they're in an area that's pretty isolated because it is loud, and apparently it goes on all the time. We walked into that Rick House. I could barely hear myself think. Nobody could hear me talk, and I'm usually the loudest one in the room. That's how loud it was. Never been on the boat to see it, but I understand. I've been on a boat before. I've gotten seasick a few times because of so much movement. I think the more movement here, the better. Back, I think when this first started, there was I don't remember the distillery did it, but they put, I think, 90 barrels in a truck with a country artist, and those 90 barrels followed the country artist all over the country for his tour, and they came back. I can't remember the distillery. If you know who the distillery was, it was the Great American Travel Project or whiskey. I don't remember what it was, but I read it a while back, and I think it may have inspired me to do this after going to Southern Grace. If you know what it is, leave a comment. So, whiskey interacts with the oak. It gives it color, gives it flavor, it gives it that smoky, rough taste. It gives it that smooth candy fruit front taste. The whiskey or the bourbon, it evaporates. You got the angel share from the barrel influence. There's a lot going on. A lot of that interaction between what's in the barrel and the barrel gives us these tremendously unique, great flavors. Gives us the age. Once again, legally, there's no substitute for age. But as we all know, you take a smaller barrel, the aging process may speed up, not the actual years in there, but it's like dog's years. One dog is 7 years. You get a 15-gallon barrel, you put that in there for a week, it may as well be a month. Just saying, I don't know the exact math. I'm not a scientist. I'm never the smartest guy in the room, just some guy in his basement talking to you about whiskey and bourbon, having a few pours. So why would sound and motion influence it? Well, the idea is that it increases whatever in the barrel to have contact with the barrel and each other, causing those molecules to move. And that's just chemistry. Those molecules are banging up against each other all the time. Liquids. So it is until it evaporates so we get the angel share. Nobody wants that. Or if you want some really rich stuff, you do want some of that. And then the agitating, once again. A lot of movement, a lot of barrel contact. So that's what we have here. So we go back to Southern Greece. And the term for it is sonic aging. And sonic aging is really loud music. And a few other companies use the really loud music. And one of the most famous ones is Blackened. Blackened. They use what's called black music. It's a low bass tone. I think it's pretty cool. You can go on any Blackened bottle, I believe, and there's a code, and you can see the Metallica albums they were playing. Very cool. Very cool. So they use it. Copper and Kings have been using it for years also. They use rock, varied genres. They've been using it for years. I know there's some new ownership there. I don't know if they're still using it, but I know they were using it. There's one Black Button Distilling, which I've never had the pleasure of trying. Black Button. If you're out there, I'm here. Just send me a message. Black Button, from what I understand, uses orchestra. So we're getting some Beethoven and Bach. And it's all agitated. It's all moving these around to give you some better flavors, age it in a sense quicker. But does it work? Does it work? Does the motion aging work? Not sure. We go back to Ingram. I like Ingram very much. Is it the barrels? Is it what they're putting in there? Is it the motion? I don't know. But I can tell you what, at 98 proof, this is really good. I haven't had an Ingram that hasn't been really good. Some have been exceptional, some of them just really good. And I'll take really good at this price point. Another famous one that everybody knows is the Jefferson's Bourbon at Sea. You know, that is a continuous rocking, they believe, that interacts with the wood. Now, why the motion? It's the same basic idea sound. More contact with the barrel. And the more contact with the barrel, the idea is you're taking more from that barrel and you're extracting the flavor a little bit differently, but also a little faster. Now, the question you need to ask yourself, does the science work or is it just great marketing? Not many market the sound. Blackened does mark the sound. Blackened does. I would not have known Conviction used that technique unless I was there. Copper and Kings, I read about, I knew they were there. And Black Button, I didn't. You know, when I prepared to do this, I learned about Black Button. I'm a fan of the orchestra music. I think it's very interesting. My son's a piano player, plays a lot of classical music. I happen to enjoy it very much, probably because he plays it. So, skeptics, people who are not sure, you're skeptic about this? I can't blame you because it seems like a gimmick. It seems like a gimmick. So it's science versus marketing. You know, there is no replacement for time and barrel. There's no replacement. And you know what? You're right. There is no replacement. This is not a substitute. Has to stay in the barrel also for legal reasons if you want to label it a certain label. However, does it taste good? That's what you want to know. Does it taste good? I'm going to give you a couple of things right now. I do like the Copper and Kings. I like the barrel proof. Huge fan of Conviction. Huge fan of Conviction. However, the Blackened, not as much. I think the Blackened is very okay. I think their collaborations are much better. But for me, so it's not equal. Then I go back to the Ingram. I happen to enjoy the Ingram. I am not a fan of the Jefferson's at Sea. Whatever it is, it doesn't hit my palate right. So this is leading me to believe this is just like everything else. Whatever you like, drink what you like, enjoy what you like, drink it how you like. Does it work? If you like it, it works. If you don't like it, it's marketing. It's a bunch of nonsense. It's a gimmick. That's really the bottom line. I'll drink the Conviction all day. The Sonic Aging's working for me. Is it working for me when I drink the Blackened? Not so much. Again, personal preference, rules, hype. You can put all the hype in the world. You may not like it. That's just the bottom line of human nature. Everybody's palate's different. Now, let's see what we have here. Go to a little list, and you guys know I've tried this many times. It is one of my absolute favorites. Now, we want to know, if you hear about Sonic, is it just magic or is it a placebo? Conviction, it's magic. I have to tell you that a placebo doesn't taste this damn delicious. So the bottom line is whether you're cranking Metallica, New Wave, or going down with the Titanic, it's really up to you. Do you like it or you don't like it? It's just a very interesting way of creating things for us to talk about, for us to drink, all of it. So find somebody to love, give them a hug, and remember this. It's not what's in your glass, it's who you're sharing the glass with. And right now I'm sharing it with you. Cheers, everybody. Conviction every time, man. Damn delicious. Please like and subscribe.